Welcome back, guys, to Tales of Arise. Well, last episode on reaching an open space on Lenegis, Dohalim explained more of his past to his companions, of his time before becoming a lord, his friends of the time, and the tragedy that took place, with someone overhearing as we continued on to our destination, finding enemy troops in our way to the Forbidden Zone. Now, having fought our way through, we have opened up the zone, and now head in to find out what lies beyond.
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Dahna. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you. And I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imeris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dahna. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to. She looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imeris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Dahnan astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dahna's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dahna from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dahna or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
It's definitely a boss here, that's for sure. Or at least something that's allowing us to restore our CP at this point in time. Interesting, during that cutscene, the audio quality was a bit off compared to the rest, but maybe that was design intent. Who knows? Considering flashback. Looks like something's about to take place somewhere nearby, and probably like right here. So, I guess I should say before we step through in that door. And get ready for a fight, right? I don't think anyone, again, has reached their stuff. Oh, you just reached your increased ailment rate, did you? Not bad, not bad. Don't know which one of those I should go for, but let's just go for the penetration 50. At least one person gets to power up a little bit more before we step forward.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control Zugos like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugos, then we get some answers. Move away!
Go for the weak point first!
Go for the what now? Tormented Limbs is our enemy. I suddenly realized that's gonna be instant death.
Keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
I should have probably
Leave it to you!
upgraded my gear before I came here, right?
You're mine! I'm not done! Try harder! Not a chance! It's on!
Hurricane strike! The wailing frenzy of lightning!
Blow away!
Hurricane
Blast!
strike! Here's the
Blow
evil!
away!
Freeze Lancer!
Glacial wind! Now! All it's feeling!
Take it down! Glacial spear! Hurricane strike! Freeze
I'm not a
Lancer! Chain between heaven and earth!
Not good enough. Nice freeze though.
Blow away!
In a bind!
Raining slash!
Igneous! Blow away! I can carve
their armor! Running flash!
Here's Supernova! Here! Raging Cascade! Now! Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
I'm all stuffed up!
Slack! I'm not done!
Gemini Aqua!
Flaming meteor!
Lightning
Raining flash!
Big damage.
That move! A wailing Banshee!
Here comes the big one! Try harder!
Here, let me help! Leave it
Lightning orb! Take this!
Hurricane Magic is there!
So I was looking to counter.
Anything normal is all mine!
Celestial Burning!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malisa!
Will this
Hurricane Strike!
Lightning
Strike!
Healing Circle!
Denied!
Thanks so much!
Is this ever gonna wear off?
Raining shot!
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And miss all the fun.
I know you won't.
No way.
I think she feels less than hot.
I have to train harder.
Raining flash! Try harder! Not a
This
chance!
one's mine. The power of light.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Sleep now. Healing Circle for the stop.
Trying to get some more distance.
Power of Daze is the win. Fire strike. Now for something special.
Shield and face.
Explosion. Water action
Raining
energy.
flash! Burn in hell!
Burning. Here goes.
Glacial Spear.
Raining
Meteor.
I'm almost impressed.
High praise coming from you.
And let's put in the big damage.
Don't get nervous. Holy Land. Vanish without a
Here it comes.
I've been avoiding taking a lot of it.
I'm nearly done for.
Glacial Spear.
That was a nasty hit though, and I can't take another one of them. Without doing that.
I owe you one.
Illuminate the dark. Magic is there. Holy Land. My call. Chain between heaven and earth. Glacial Spear.
Realization that I'm the target.
This can't be happening. Come on.
Shion's down.
You have to
Shattering the pieces.
Oh,
Wide open!
It won't escape me.
resuscitation.
I'll smash you!
Seal. Can't lose.
Shine!
Saving
Radiant
this
light! Force of regeneration!
Radiant Pierce. Raging
Blow
Storm.
away!
More with that
Raining flash!
Celestial
Blow
Order.
away!
Dohalim.
Light burst forth.
Radiant Citizen.
farewell that summon.
Now it's just her. Faria, can you hear me? Faria.
She's preparing another summoning.
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim.
Forgive me.
Nice shot.
Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes, she's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please, can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case,
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnagin, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? Let's move on.
Which way, though? First of all, we hear about Faria, the pawn.
Do you think Faria was really being controlled by someone?
Certainly seemed that way. The question is, who? The Red Woman?
The same person who's behind all of this, I'll bet. Whoever that is.
Brainwashed or otherwise, the feelings of resentment she holds towards me are real.
Someone used her because they knew we'd hold back. If that's not playing dirty, I don't know what is.
It does tell us one thing at least. Someone here in Lenegis is watching us. Someone who means us harm.
There's no question. That attack was meant for us alone.
By someone capable of getting inside a person and manipulating them like a weapon. We need to find whoever it is, fast.
This is a bit of an issue. Do we not have a fast travel point yet that we can go to that doesn't require us to move through the thing again? Because I guess I can't go back and rest and recuperate in any way, shape, or form at this state. That's something I would very much like to do.
What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dahna's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my Thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her, it reminds me of Shion's Thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my Thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your Thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your Thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dahna.
But the will of Dahna is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dahna's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dahna's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to the truth, then I want to find out more.
Shion's right. All we can do is keep going. If these really are Naori's memories we're watching, there could be truths in them I was never aware of. And I think they may be the kinds of truths I need to confront if we're going to keep fighting.
I'm sorry about what I said earlier. Come on, let's go.
Finally, we begin to understand what the Thorns are.
Yes, and their source. A ceremony that occurred 3 centuries ago.
But we still don't know how to get rid of them. I just hope we can find a way.
This is crazy, yes, we're seeing visions.
That vision we saw. It was as if it was meant specifically for us.
What do you make of it? Do you still think the will of Dahna might be involved somehow?
Maybe it's trying to tell us something. But what?
Well, it could be supernatural. You know, like seeing dead people, messages from beyond the grave, ghost-type stuff.
That's your grand theory? That we're being haunted? Come on, Law.
Wait. He might be closer to the mark than you think. What if a person's thoughts and deeds were to somehow become indelibly etched into the ether of a place? And what if those with a connection could then somehow pick up on them?
You think that's what it was? Some kind of message someone left here for us?
I am merely entertaining the possibility. Whether it was Dahna's will, or somehow connected to the Sovereign and Maiden's powers, I do not know.
Okay, back up a sec. You're saying that if a place is full of enough astral energy, it can somehow show us events that happened centuries ago?
More to the point, how does that much astral energy gather in one place anyway? Seems unlikely it happened naturally.
Whatever it was, it survived here intact for 300 years. Whoever left it for us, the strength of their intent is beyond doubt.
The strength of their intent.
Well, the question is, if I keep getting these visions, do I continue on? I don't have a choice. This is not me walking.
Soon, you might very well learn the truth behind Shion's thorns, as well as my own past. I have to be ready to face anything. Whatever happens.
Let's turn back for the time being.
I just need a little time first. I want to make sure I go into whatever comes next completely prepared.
Okay. We have reached an incredibly important story point. There's no fast travel up to it, which is kind of annoying. So you have to go through the pathway where all those guys are at by the looks of things. But we'll continue through there next time. For now, I'm going to retreat back out. But we have some interesting stuff to come, don't we? Whatever's going on now.
We've reached our destination.
Answers lie beyond that door. Should be able to sell some platinum dog tags for another 20k. And I'm wondering if we can actually forge new weapons because we got new gear. Indeed I can. Fancy new stuff. Gladius Elin. We've got enough gear for it. Sword made with Lenegis technology. Cutting-edge Renan technology was used while developing to feel good to hold in anybody's hands. We can either get the Scoptum Ren or the Assault Shot. That's just a big old grenade launcher. Famous can that belong to a man thought to be immortal. Most who try to fire it themselves are bound to be blown back by recoil. But we can go up another tier to a very fancy new gun. The question is, do I have enough items for everyone? Historia Ren. As well as Radiant Light Part 3 if you want to go enhanced light arts. 119 extra astral arts power. A history book published in Lenegis that deeply explores the crown contest and the many lords who are partaking in it over the centuries. Some very fancy gear. A pink protector. A cat shield with lovely pink coating. The only one that can get through its otherwise impregnable defenses is its lover, the feline bastion. Still, Scrutin Ren looks pretty good. Every aspect, including its appearance, has been carefully designed to optimize its defensive capabilities. The casters are in. Everyone's getting fancy like gear. Extensive testing and calculations during the R&D stage have yielded guns that are light yet tough. And we got the Columna Passio. The red ends reinforced with encounters for particularly tough foes. And of course, the Caduceus in. Be as lightweight as physically possible without sacrificing any of its strength. We had all the gear we wanted to be able to make something new there. And I very much doubt there's armor available again. So diamond is the top tier at the moment. Our gear's looking pretty good.
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
We probably could have made these swords before we even went forward. So, with that said, and with that done, with new gear obtained, we continue onwards. No, we don't exactly know if we continue on. So at this point in time, I am level 44/43. That is the kind of level to go into that dungeon. We still got those quests to do, and at some point in time, we're going to want to do them. So I'll take a week to think on what I want my next move to be regarding these quests. But of course, there are titles, etc. to unlock from us doing quests, finding owls, etc., etc. There's the advanced thing needed to be done for Katara. Just titles to get here, there, and everywhere. One of them, of course, being defeat all lights that emerge from the wedge. So on Dahna, there's a whole title involving this alone. I'm guessing there's definitely 15 in total when you look at this. Accessory Forged Mystic Crest. Can I actually even do that? Not currently available, no. But one day we'll be able to. There's still stuff to unlock, still more stuff to do. But I will see you next time for Tales of Arise, where we are deep into the story now. The Red Woman is here. Will she be through that teleporter? We'll find out maybe next time, but very much so in the future of this Let's Play. See you guys then, around for that. For now, bye-bye.